I think the thing that defines Digme, a Digme spin class over and above that of other spin classes around there, is just our sense of authenticity. We very much only believe in delivering classes that will deliver real results for customers. Fun is a critical element of all group exercise classes, that goes without saying, but the underlying factor that determines all of our classes and influences the shape of all of our classes is the notion of trying to achieve real results for the consumer. Because ultimately we believe that real results are what are going to keep customers coming back time and time again, because they feel better, they look better, they have more energy, and they really enjoy the experience of not only the class itself, but also the way it makes them feel afterwards. The world in general, take as eye health and fitness, the world in general is moving towards a more flexible consumption offering, whether it's in software, using software that one used to have to buy upfront, very expensive packages, one can now rent it on software as a service type agreements where you pay per month. Same with gym membership, same with consuming magazines. Doesn't really matter. There's a lot more flexibility for consumers these days, delivered by increasing prevalence of technology in all different aspects of the economy. So flexibility is only going one way for consumers, so it's extremely important that all businesses, I think, ultimately adjust themselves to a world of offering their consumers more flexibility. Our business model specifically, mostly pay as you go, so it offers consumer ultimate flexibility. You can buy anything from one credit for one class up to an annual membership if you really want it. But the point is, from our perspective, we want to offer the consumer whatever they desire in terms of flexibility. How they're going to attend our classes, what works for them. Do they want a pure pay-as-you-go option where people sometimes just pay per class, £20 per class, or do they want to have an unlimited monthly membership? We offer that as well. But even with our monthly memberships, they're still not typically locked into a 12-month contract and still cancel at a moment's notice if they really want to. Our theme of flexibility for consumers is a really, really important one. I think ultimately will determine success for businesses longer term. The health and fitness market specifically, I would say, has relied too much on ripping customers off, if I can be so blunt. Many people sign up for the gym in January and then they don't attend after February 16th. And they pay 10 and a half months of membership fees without attending the gym. And that's manna from heaven for a gym. They're being paid for a service they're not even delivering to a consumer. So, on the one hand, if you're a shareholder of that business, you think, oh, well, this is wonderful because I'm getting lots of cash in the door and I'm not really doing anything for it. But on the other hand, you're effectively ripping your customer off because they're paying, once you work it out, probably £150 per attendance at the gym. And that's obviously not good value. If you don't offer good value to your consumers longer term, your business is at risk. I mean, that's a basic principle of business. You need to offer consumers good value. We have always had this view that we want to build this business to scale it locally, nationally, internationally, potentially. And we want to set the business up in the right way. So for us, probably the two biggest challenges out there, firstly, finding really good real estate, because ultimately we are a real estate game. Convenience is king. People are busy, especially in the kind of market that we operate in. We're not a price-driven offering. We're a convenience and quality-driven offering. And for those folks, our core consumers, are upper middle income or upper income folks who aren't necessarily price sensitive, but they don't have a great deal of time. So convenience is absolutely critical, and finding really good real estate is really tough. So the real estate angle has been a challenge. As we get larger, it's getting easier, but the world is also getting more competitive for this real estate because boutique studios are expanding. So real estate is a constant challenge. The second thing I would say is trying to build a business from day one that is set up to scale. It's very easy to build a business if you don't intend on scaling it, because you can cut lots of corners, take a few more risks, not build a set of infrastructure that you require if you want to scale, and knowing what levers to pull, what pedals to press, at what stage as we've grown, with the view that we really want to scale this business has definitely been a challenge from a leadership perspective. Knowing when to hire in full-time people to do things that you can outsource, for example. Knowing when to build rather than buy in certain elements of our booking system or our software. Those kind of challenges are tricky. It's very, like I say, it's very easy if one tends to think about the unit economics around a single shop, but that's not the way that we consider our business. And we consider our business as something that we want to be national in scale, and the challenges that face a national business, challenges that face a one studio business are quite different.